Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. Today we got some information about the upcoming events starting this Friday, as well as some login rewards which are going to be totally free, together with some value packs which of course are going to be paid to win, but they have some interesting stuff in there, so you might actually want to be checking them out. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's start it off by talking about the free stuff we're all going to be getting for sure, right? So starting on the 4th of July, we're going to be able to claim this 3-piece appearance. It's going to be consisting on the weapon, as well as this, I guess this is like the helmet or the hair, and then finally the eyeglasses, or just like the face piece, you know what I mean. It is these 3 things right here. You can switch around, and you're gonna be able to probably use it on the what's it called, the costume contest they're having really damn soon, so you probably will be wanting to use some of this stuff. But in any case, yeah, everybody's gonna be getting it for free, so it might not be the most voted. In any case, it does look cool. You're not gonna be getting the actual like costume this guy is wearing, like the sandals and the shirt and all that stuff. That's not something we are getting for free. In fact, I don't even know if this is real. It's probably just made up so that the entire set looks kind of cool. The weapon looks a little bit like what Jinx has in League of Legends. It's like a little bit of a shark themed rocket launcher, and then the hair and the face mask, eye patch, whatever, they look kind of alright. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Simply some free stuff is always welcome. Freeze! Download Legendary Mushroom through Aptoide right now and enjoy bonuses of up to 35%. As you accumulate these bonuses, you'll be able to use them to buy things for you instead of actually using your real money like we are showing right here. All you need to do is go to Google and search for Aptoid, click on the first link that appears and download it. As you download Aptoid, it will install in your device. Once it is installed, go ahead and search for it in your device, and then within it, go ahead and search for Legend of Mushroom. Go ahead and click on Legend of Mushroom within Aptoid and download it and install it in your device. Then head on over to Google Play and search for Appcoins wallet and download it and open it up. Once you have it installed, here you will be able to see how much bonus you currently have unlocked, as well as input my promo code Midway, which is going to be increasing the bonus you are getting when buying things in Legend of Mushroom by 5% forever, as well as here you're also going to be able to see your purchase history. There is a guide down in the description, and the code is also down here on the screen as well as in the description, so go ahead and get it now and start earning more value for your money. Let's now get into the juicy stuff. First of all, starting with the 3-day gift preview. I talked about this in the previous video about the upcoming patch, and it is going to be quite a valuable pack, in fact, right? It's going to be pay to win, as you can see over here. It is something you are going to have to buy, but what it does say is that for a single dollar, you're going to be able to at least unlock a skill. In this case, we got I think it's the stun over here, and then we are going to be able to pay $5 to get which is a mythical pal, and then finally we're gonna be also able to pay $10 and get a mount. Now we don't know yet what this mount is going to be. As you can see right here, 1.6 thousand damage and 30% max HP regen. So I am not sure if it's going to be having any other effects besides just the stat stick. That is a kind of interesting description that they added right here. For whatever reason, they do also add over here the effect of the PAL, like when you are equipping it, and it does say over here also the effect of the skill. So I'm just like guessing, is this going to be doing nothing else besides just giving you base stats? I don't know, it feels a little bit lackluster. The HP regen is probably the best part of this all. The 1.6k damage is just like an extra node in your research tree or something like that. So yeah, not the greatest mount ever. I guess the look of it is kind of alright, but if that is all the attributes you're going to be getting from it, and there's going to be no other effects happening, yeah, that is really bad. It's just going to be something you unlock for the looks. As you can see right here, it's pretty much the equivalent of upgrading one node in your tree once, if that is the case. So yeah, not the most exciting effects behind that mount, but it is cheap and it is an upgrade. So if any whales out there are watching this, well, there you go, you can actually get a little bit of an upgrade right there. Let's now deep dive into the event, or the gacha event, the usual gacha events coming up this Friday. We got a new one as every 2 weeks, and this time it's going to be called Alliance of Guardians, which in fact, if we go back and check out the calendar real quick, does it actually even match up with, yeah, it doesn't really match up. Superhero Event 1, that is the whole theme. Then there will be another one, Superhero Event 2. So we're starting off on Friday 4 with the first round of superhero themed events, which is going to be this one apparently, right? So Alliance of Guardians starting on the 4th, as I already mentioned. Now you're going to be able to do a bunch of things for sure, right? So let's go ahead and real quick check out what the look of this is going to be. We we got a bunch of guys just going around. I don't know, I guess it's like a flying superhero, a motorbike riding superhero, I guess like a Kira theme, whatever. Not even, actually just some gliding stuff. I don't know, looks alright, I guess just a little bit of a panel. You know, there's always a gacha like this and like an entry panel, like looks kind of decent. We got the usual battle pass where you're going to be able to get more roles for the event. There is going to be a PAL attached to this whole thing, which is going to be this one right here, PAL Ignore Evasion plus 20%. So if that's something you're interested in, there we go, you can actually get it now easily. Then we're going into the main panel for the gacha. As you can see, there is going to be what looks to be an artifact, I'm assuming, and then there's a back attachment down here. There is no mounts going on apparently. We will be confirming that in a moment because we also have access to the effects of what those rewards or just the gacha things are gonna be like, right? So we also got the packs you can buy here. We got a little bit of a panel over there. We can also see what the PT timer store is going to be like. So you can see we can actually upgrade whatever this is, most likely an artifact to the version that looks a little bit more menacing. It's just for the looks, honestly. And then we are also going to be having over here some more of that. We do have a helmet over here, which is just going to be another costume you can unlock. And finally, we have the rankings for who spent the most in this event, right? As per usual with this whole event, there is going to be your usual whatever, right? There is the battle pass, which has a name to it, which is going to be Rally of Heroes. There is the actual gacha, which is called Blessing of Heroes. There we go. It's just the names that it gets. I'm not gonna be reading through this whole thing. It's just like buy things and use your keys and then have a chance to open something and yada yada yada. Yep, it's the usual gacha stuff. Alliance Tower includes 5 floors, it's containing 1 promotion reward. It's a usual minigame that comes along with these gachas where you can get extra keys if you play through it. Just a reason to log in daily and have a little bit of a minigame to play through. And then everything else is just going to be extra names for the same, honestly. We do have a fortune cat running during this time, so you're also going to be able to at least get a little bit more value for your money with the rebate if you are lucky. And then we have a total spending event, which is going to be also a login reward here, where it's going to be getting a little bit of extra rolls, and if you choose to pay, it's going to be some more. And then we have some pictures of what this minigame is going to be looking like. Going to be going around in your battleship, shooting stuff, probably just a click whatever comes around your screen. Anyways, some pictures of this whole thing. Yep, it's going to be a little bit of a minigame. I think this one is just going to be your usual, what you call this, actually, I forgot the name of this game, where you go up and down and you avoid the things that hit you. Flappy Bird, there we go. Flappy Bird is just like, we've had that one so many times in this game. Obstacle course, that is the Flappy Bird, there we go. And that is basically it. Now, it did say over here total spending, and it's going to be the legendary PAL Moon Hair, right? So I don't think there's the picture for that one. But you're gonna be able to try, and if you spend enough, you're gonna be able to at least claim for free. In fact, it is not this one. But yeah, this is one is Black Eye and Moon Hair. Let's find it out. There we go. It is this one. It literally has a moon going on, right? So PAL damage plus 60%. Also, if you're interested in this one, you will be having the chance of buying it right away by spending a little bit of money. You will at least get a couple copies of it and be able to level it up a little bunch, right? So more stuff over there. It's really all just about spending money as a general rule of thumb with Legend of Mushroom, let's be honest. Now let's move on to the final part here, where we're going to be able to actually check out what the rewards or the prices for the gacha are going to be, right? So we got over here what looks to be basically an artifact, as we already kind of knew. Global attack increased by 10%. Let's go ahead and look at the effect. It's going to be specified over here. After the battle starts, gain 10% attack speed, energy regen speed, and PAL attack speed, and reduce all enemies' attack speed and energy regen speed and PAL attack speed by 10%. So you're buffing yourself and debuffing the enemy. When the HP drops below 5% for the first time, recover HP over 1 second to the value from 3 seconds ago. Okay, so if you're bursted down, but you're not quite dead, you will probably be able to go back up, right? I guess like you are going to be healing back up quite a lot, but especially going to be very effective if you get bursted down. I don't know, I guess it counts a little bit like a heal, but if you got bursted down that quick, you're probably going to be losing anyways. Ignoring all death, damage, and other effects. So you cannot die even though you might be reaching 0%. I guess during the time you're healing, you're also going to be still getting damage. Or anyways, no, you are ignoring damage during those 3 seconds. So yeah, that is like 3 seconds of immunity if I'm reading this right. And other effects, after the HP recovery, reduce all active skills cooldowns by 3 seconds. So during that time, all those 3 seconds of immunity, you're going to still be able to dish out damage. And also, by the time you come out, all your skills are going to be also reduce their cooldown by 3 seconds, so you can go for one final burst of damage. This sounds insane, let's be honest. It's like a cheat death with some basic buffs and debuffing to the enemy, as well as just immunity, not just cheat death, but also immunity for a long time, and also a little bit of a burst of damage through this cooldown reduction, which could be massive, let's be honest. This is actually really damn good with a total global attack increase of 10%. I really like this one, man. I already used up all that I had on the previous event, unfortunately, so I don't have any more of the diamonds over here, so unfortunately I'm not going to be spending any more, and I probably won't be going for anything like this, but man, I wish I actually went for this one instead. Let's go ahead and check out the back accessory, which looks quite interesting, not the greatest design, I would say, but anyways, global HP increased by 10%, and let's see what the effect is going to be. So after the battle starts, gain 12% extra evasion and movement speed that lasts till the end of battle, reduce the duration of all enemies' class skills by 20% for 60 seconds. So any active skills that the enemy is using for their class are going to be having a fifth of their effect be reduced, or rather the duration of it. Which is okay. I don't know about this extra evasion. Most people have insane amounts of ignore evasion, so I don't think this is going to be mattering much. The movement speed shenanigans, they do interact with other artifacts and mounts and back attachments, but honestly, I'm not really sure about this one. I just feel like it's a little bit lackluster. This effect overall, I don't really see it being that great. Yeah, it is a debuff, but like only reducing the duration of all the skills, like the effects they have on whenever I, for example, go ahead and use my like class skill. If I can just go ahead and check it out. There we go. So if I go ahead and use my class skills, I'm going to be reducing the damage resistance of targets within the range by 40%, lasting for 8 seconds. So instead of 8 seconds, what is it going to be? Like 6.5 or something like that? I don't think that's that big deal. But yeah, there was also a mount actually, which I missed out. It's probably going to be coming from another event or the other form of gacha, which usually is involved. I missed it out. Anyways, it is called the Guardian Spaceship, right? So we have it over here. It looks so right, I guess. Global defense increased by 10%, so we have one of each: global defense, HP, and attack. Now, what does it now do? Gain a shield equal to 6% max HP every 9 seconds for 6 seconds. Now, 6 seconds later, reflect 20% of the total damage received within the 6 seconds that the shield was up to all enemies. That could actually be insane. I mean, I guess you're going to be bursting it every time. 6% max HP isn't that big, so maximum you're going to be probably doing that 6% max HP. Now let's see, only damage absorbed and blocked by the shield can be reflected, no damage ignored by immunity. So it's sort of like, instead of reading this whole thing, it's just like you dish out 6% of your max HP as AoE damage every 9 seconds. That is just how it's going to be. I mean, I guess if you're a whale and you got like insane amounts of HP, that is potentially a one-shot in some ways. Obviously not if you're doing the hardest content, but it is actually probably very powerful. Let's just be honest and say that. It's probably going to be very damn powerful. More often than not, I don't know. 20% of the damage received, I mean, it's only going to be 20% of the value of it, though. So if it's going to be blowing up, it will only be blowing up for 20% of the 6%. So that is like 1.5% of your max HP. Yeah, okay, I guess it's more like that. It's not that OP. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, I guess. Now we also have a costume over here, which you're going to also be able to get in some other form. I missed it out, honestly. Not sure if it's coming from... Yeah, it is coming from the Floor Ascension kind of gacha. I totally missed that out. There is another one like those. You're going to be able to get the costume and the mount from that one for sure. You look a little bit like a superhero, although I don't really feel like it's that special. It doesn't really have that big of like an impact, a visual show, spectacle. It just looks like you're blue. And that's pretty much all there is to it. There we go. So anyways, that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye. See ya.